Okay, this cut where I'm from is called the Ivy Lee. Here, just prepping the beard, making sure everything is intact. Now I'm going in, cleaning all the way up to a high taper length. Depending on what you consider a high taper. This is a high taper length for me, just keeping the edge up dark and everything else on top just as dark as possible. Reason I left it there was because whenever I go to do the edge up, making sure it's as prominent as it can be before cutting it down to its lowest length. I'm just prepping the beard, cleaning up those stragglers. Still gonna go in later and knock it down to a specific length. I'm just prepping everything for the taper. Here I just went up a little bit just to see the difference in contrast, but then made an executive decision later on in the cut and took it down a little lower. Here just cleaning up the nape before I go in for the taper. Now, as I was talking about, leaving the edge up as dark as possible, just so I can have some type of reference point, and I ain't gotta do too much during the cut. Framing. Now I'm actually going in and cleaning all that up, since I already have the base. Now with the taper, going in from closed all the way to open, just constantly flicking it, getting in between the beard and the burst taper look. Here doing the same process as I did before, just making sure I clean up those edges as nice as possible before I actually cut everything down as low as I'm gonna get it. Since it is the edge up, you want it to be its most prominent, so just keep it before you need to cut it all off. Basically for this beard, I'm just doing a rough draft. I'm not stressing it just because I'm finna go in for the shave and actually bring everything together. It's been a minute since I actually used shaving cream. I didn't think it would actually clump as much as it did. So I think next time I just have to, you know what I'm saying, apply it both and then go from there. But I mean, every cut is a process. Here just making sure, now since I already worked it on the edge of the beard, making sure I work it into the beard just so I could get it to lay down a little better whenever I do go to blow dry it and style it at the end of the cut. Make sure this step was necessary just because this is family, and then in time for the holidays, I had to make sure I got them together, you know what I'm saying, before you went home. Now the nape taper, while I'm letting that hot towel soak in to its pores, just gonna do the nape taper. It's fast, it just take about a minute, you know what I'm saying? So then, once that's done, clean up everything. Not doing the same thing I did to the other end, just making sure I was using my time wisely, which is why I went from right to back to left instead of going right to left to back. As far as the, the taper process goes. Now I'm going in pressing the beard, making sure I can get everything laid down before I actually go in and do the most important part of the beard sculpting. Now I do apply enhancements to this cut just because it is necessary. You want him to look his best before he leaves. So then I go in, I apply it, and then I brush it into his scalp, which is going to cause me to have to reapply it again just to get it as prominent as I can get it. Now for the best portion of this cut. Okay, I know you see the blade moving the way it's moving because this video is sped up, so do not slide a blade on someone's scalp, okay? Anyways, now just cleaning everything up, preparing it for the shave on the mustache now, just because I'm trying to make sure that each end of his beard does connect at a certain point. And my phone did die during this video, so then this is going to be the last portion of the cut. That was the finished portion of the cut. If you like this video, do subscribe. Follow me on all social accounts. They will be up here. And stay tuned for more videos. It's monthly content.